During this video, we're gonna see how this funny idea of the theory, reptile idea of reptiles taking over the earth, taking over the government, taking over the artistic place, the artistic industry, how this funny theory was so strong in so many people. And also, we need to understand that this theory is super funny. It doesn't make any sense. A bunch of people, David, actually the 4% of the people in the United States believe in this theory. And also, we're gonna see who was the first writer. That was David Icke, if you want to know, and why these reptilian people, they're coming in here. I can tell you right now, it's for gold. And where these people are coming from, I can tell you right now, from the Nibiru planet. Yes, it's really funny. It's really hard to believe, by the way. Also, we're gonna talk about all the celebrities, politicians, people, funny people, owners of companies. They could be reptilians. That's the best. As always, we're gonna start for the beginning. Reptilians, OMG. We're talking about the 90s, of course, the 90s. We had Alf, The Simpsons, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, what else? Stuff in the 90s. But we have a really nice time. We didn't have any internet, but we were some kind of happy in that time. The presentator of the football or baseball, I don't know, something American, David Icke, started to talk about an alien invasion, a secret alien invasion with the reptiles. I don't know why reptiles. We started wrong. Maybe because a bunch of people, they don't like reptiles. I think some of them, they're a little bit cute. Imagine an invasion of dogs or cats. The cat invasion. It doesn't look really threatening for the people. Who cares? This is an invasion by the main theory, because I need to make this disclaimer. This theory says that these funny reptile people are coming from a planet known as Nibiru. Nibiru comes from another stuff, from another culture. Actually, Zecharia Sitchin was the main author of the idea of these reptilians attacking. The real name was the Anunnakis, that is coming from another culture. He was reading something from the Sumerians that say the Anun is coming from the sky. They're not coming from the sky, they're coming from another planet. Come on, they weren't living in the sky, they weren't living in another planet. Of course, they need to travel through the sky to come in here because wow, they're coming to another planet. That Nibiru planet was a funny planet. They were super advanced technological stuff. They had TikTok, Twitter. They have energy issues. They have a bunch of pollution because they like to drive. I think they drive in cars or they have planes. I think instead of invading another planet, it would be much more easy to go to eco-friendly's idea. But no, they need to invade another planet, a super version planet that now is having energy issues and pollution. Thank you. You're a little bit late, I guess. The first invasion they have in this funny planet, it was around like 400,000 years ago. There are two main theories. The first one is the one that Zecharia. They came from ships like Star Wars, for example. They come in light speed, hyperspace, something, whatever. And the other theory, the theory that was developed by the same David Icke, he said that they are interdimensional beings that they can move. They have like shortcut. They know how to move through shortcuts, and they know how to do that because they are hackers. They are hackers of the universe, and that's how they move. They don't need any ships because they can, I don't know, walk. Because you don't walk because you're using your car. You need to be walking. It's really good for the cholesterol. These funny people, they have some kind of technology. And this is the first part that the theory started to falling apart in pieces. If you have this kind of technology, why you don't just invade Earth? Why you need to pretend to be human? Because in the first attempt to go in here around 400,000 years ago, the humans were something like the first Neanderthals appears. We were completely vulnerable to any alien invasion. If they come in here, they say, what is this stuff? We're gonna kill him, and that's it. We're gonna take over all the stuff. We can start to mining gold. Why gold? The gold is important in this stuff. They came in here to mine gold because it seems like the gold that they're using, it could be used to heal their own atmosphere. You wait 400,000 years to change your atmosphere, and in the meantime, you terraform our atmosphere, and you're not able to terraform or fix or heal your own atmosphere. You need gold for your, and what are you needing here? It seems that they changed our ADN and they started to manipulate us. They put really big guys in really big places. How they can put people as a president? How they can do that? How a person like Donald Trump or Barack Obama or Joe Biden is one of the list. They could be president of the United States because you need local support, party support, because you need to be Democrat or Republican. You need to be voted by the people because you need to be voted. There is no way, if you're a reptilian and you talk like this, like a crazy or like a robot, the people won't vote you. Talk with Hillary Clinton. You need to, how they put people. They have like two ways of intrusion. The first one is the inversion. They make one small reptilian. They make this kind of technology to transform because they look human. That reptilian started to grow and they have families. Maybe they can have kids. Because most of these people, they have kids. They're also reptilians, or they are mixed human reptilians. And they grow and they grow and they grow, and they are super, I don't know, president. And then they have another theory that is the substitution way. That is that you take one person that is already successful and beautiful and super pragmatic and whatever and blah blah blah, and you change for another guy that he looks exactly as Donald Trump. It's funny that Donald Trump is a reptilian. I think it's a really nice question. What is the relation between Katy Perry and Donald Trump? That they are reptilians. That's the only relation that I can find. In this funny investigation, I started to understand why they need to manipulate us, because they were waiting like 400,000 years to, I don't know, mining gold. But if you have this kind of technology, the Earth is not the best place to mining gold. You have a bunch of planets in the solar system that you can mine gold, and nobody's going to try to see if you're reptilian or human. You need to just to mine asteroids, comets. You have a bunch of gold outside the Earth. I think the Earth is like 100 nothing compared to the whole solar system. Go to an asteroid. What are you doing here? The medical system. Yes, the medical system is also taken over by this kind of shady guys. If you're reptilian, if you need to have a test, blood test, you need to go to a hospital. What's happened if the reptilian have an accident? If you have an autopsy, or if you go to a hospital and they open it? No, because the camouflage is so good that they can even camouflage internal organs. But this is the most incredibly part. The whole medical system is taken over by these reptilian people. Come on, why? It seems like they have a really fast response on the ambulance, and they come much more faster than any other ambulance. For example, in here, in the place where I'm living, an ambulance could be in my house around 2 minutes. Don't ask me why I know that. But the reptilian ambulance could be much more faster, like, I don't know, 1 minute. There is something that it doesn't make any sense because it's so close in time. Imagine that you have the reptilian and the non-reptilian ambulance. Why you came here? I am the reptilian ambulance. I need to be here. But I was also called. Why you're in here? Doesn't make any sense, because at least if there is any reptilian having issues, you're gonna see two ambulances. The reptilian ambulance, the other one that was called, because they're responsible people. That's why. Why they want to manipulate us? Because they want to have the energy that they're coming from, because they need another kind of energy, is coming from our sadness, anxiety, and psychological problems. That's the best. There is another theory that they want to slave us. We already slave ourselves with mortgages and banks account. That's our real slaving part. They want to slave, I don't know, to build one pyramid or something. I don't know why. But also they want to slave us to mining gold. Anunnaki's people or reptilians people, we need to have a conversation today. Mining stuff with people with anxiety problem is not productive. So you have an issue over there. You need to think, in one part you need to mine gold, but in the other part you need energy. That's why it took like 400,000 years and they're still fooling around in here. I don't know why. We're going for the list. The list of reptilians that we have in our beautiful planet. Of course, the first of all, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know why, you're Anunnakis, reptilian, everything that is funny with you, you're going to be on that list. I think he's a funny guy. It's a little bit rare sometimes, bizarre. It has this kind of movement that is not natural, but I don't know, it's Mark Zuckerberg. It's not natural, Mark Zuckerberg. We have Donald Trump, Joe Biden, and Barack Obama. It's funny that those three guys, they were together. It seems like they have this kind of substitution. They change to the other guy. If you're super grown up and whatever, they're gonna change change you to another reptilian exactly like you. I think I say it. It's funny the idea of Donald Trump as a reptile. I think the reptilians are not so out of the place. Donald Trump. Katy Perry. OMG. Katy Perry. I'm so disappointed that such a beautiful lady, it will be a reptilian. Hillary Clinton, of course. Hillary Clinton was a little bit funny. During the campaign, she makes funny stuff. Hillary Clinton. George Bush. I can understand why George Bush. It has this funny face, all the stuff. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton wasn't reptilian, please. He made stuff. It doesn't look like a reptilian style. The stuff that he was making in the White House. We need to have a conversation with Monica Lewinsky. Maybe she knows the reptilian part of that person. The whole Britannic family, all of them, they're reptilians. Even Lady D, that she suffered an accident. I think the reptilian ambulance came for her. Well, Elon Musk, wow. And Jeff Bezos, the two funny guys, they should be on this list. The same guy that created PayPal and then he bought Twitter. Because of the communications and because the Anunnakis, they had Twitter in their own planet. That's why he want to have the same stuff. The funny stuff is in Nibiru they already have reptilians because reptilians is something from Earth, so they have reptilians over there also. That's something that we need to think. Lady Gaga. I love the music of Lady Gaga. I think she's a queen. She's so amazingly beautiful. Justin Bieber, Jay-Z, Beyoncé. Oh no, Beyoncé. Madonna. The last pictures of Madonna. Yes, I think if she's not a reptilian, she's having issues with the plastic surgery. You need to stop the plastic surgery of being so reptilians, Madonna. You need to stop over there. Did I forget some reptilian in this list? I think, yes, I forgot a few of them. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, comment, do all the things that YouTubers like to do, and fijne dag.